guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. This is Tinkerbell, and today we're going to be doing stained glass jewelry tutorial. In this stained glass tutorial, I'm using two different styles of dichroic glass. I will link all items used in the description box below. When cutting a straight line, I personally find this cutting machine very helpful. It is useful to have glass cutting oil on the blade of your glass cutter before starting to cut your glass. I use a jar with 2 cotton balls for the keepsake of the glass oil. So when you're cutting textured glass, it's easier to cut the glass with the textured side facing downward and the smooth side facing up. I used the Sharpie pen in this video, but I highly recommend using a permanent marker instead. After oiling your blade with the glass oil, you then place the blade at the top edge of the glass where you want to score the glass. I find it easier to cut the glass by standing up. It helps with the gliding of the blade with consistent pressure. After scoring your glass, you then use your running pliers by simply lining the line on your running pliers, overlapping the line that you just scored. Have the line on your running pliers facing up towards you when breaking the glass apart. Make sure to use caution and wear your safety glasses. In this project, I cut a strip of dichroic glass into a single half-inch piece. I then divided that strand of glass into half-inch to 3/4 inch pieces. I had the honor of using inline grinder. The reviews were amazing, with stories saying that they lasted 20 to 30 years. You simply add water to the fill line, add water coolant if wanted, wear your safety glasses, and make sure the glass stays wet with a sponge, along with using caution. This machine makes the glass smooth, which is important since there are individual shards of glass that are going to be worn as jewelry. Also, grinding the glass helps the foil tape have better placement. Wearing my safety glasses, I simply bring the piece of glass up to the wet diamond bit and glide the glass back and forth and around the edges to get a smooth result on all sides of the glass. I repeat this process to each piece of glass. I then clean the glass with the glass cleaner. This step helps the foil tape stick to the glass edges more effectively. I used 3M 3/16 inch black back copper foil for this project. This tool comes in handy in regards to burnishing the foil onto the glass. I highly recommend it. I line up the glass onto the foil where I can see that it's even on both sides of the glass. While placing the foil on the glass, I like to go ahead and apply pressure to help start the burnishing process. I roll both sides of the foil down together at the same time by using this burnishing tool. I then fold in the corners inward and burnish, burnish, burnish. I also use my fingernails to get into the textured glass indentions to make sure the foil sticks well to all areas, even the uneven textured areas. I continue to burnish and fill the smoothness with my fingers until it feels smooth to the touch. Burnishing is very important for stained glass and stained glass jewelry. I do this burnishing process to each piece of glass. Now we made it to the soldering section of the stained glass jewelry tutorial. If you are curious about the tools or supplies used, don't forget there's a list of items used in the description box below. If you would like to help the channel, you can purchase the items through the links below. Each piece of glass should be individually wrapped with copper foil and burnished. I prefer to place the glass on a piece of tape in the exact layout design chosen. I use my glass Flux lid for my Flux dispenser. I put the Flux in the area where the two pieces meet, the joint area, using the tape to hold them in place. With my hot soldering iron, I begin to add some tip thinner. This helps to save your soldering iron's tip. Next, I grab some lead-free soldering wire with my soldering iron. I just put a small amount, like a pea size. I then place a small amount of solder and place it at the joint area of the two pieces of glass. I then turn the glass over. You will no longer need the tape to hold the glass in place. I then flux the copper foil again and use very little lead-free solder. With short quick strokes, like a couple seconds or so on each stroke, you can always go back and touch up the imperfection areas later. Now I am going to add the jump ring to the earring. I will use my third hand tool for this. You should have the open end of the jump ring facing towards the glass. Make sure the jump ring is in the correct area before doing the next step. Soldering is a process in which two or more items are joined together by melting solder into the joint, and this makes it into one piece. Now I repeat the process of the soldering. I first flux the area, add a small pea-sized melted solder to the contact area. I then flip the piece over to flux the other side and repeat the process, using swift strokes, making sure the end result is a clean finish. I would suggest to try practicing with scrap samples until you feel comfortable, which is what I did. I prefer to use a wet sponge to wipe off the tip and clean off my soldering iron as shown. I am finalizing these earrings with earring hooks. We are finished. It is recommended to clean the glass with glass cleaner twice and then once with rubbing alcohol. Then we do the last touch of polishing the glass with a finishing compound. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you want to join me on more blissful DIY adventures, please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay blissful.